I was saying, so like half jokingly, last year, I was like, hey yo, Rashod Bateman is the wide receiver one in this class, right? No, and in this class. Like I was saying last year, right? And like deep down I knew like Jamar Chase is better, but I was like, dude, why isn't Rashod Bateman the best one? And like I was like, dude, I mean the routes look cool, right? I mean this guy has the young production, he has the dominator, he has everything you want, man. I mean this man yards per route run beast, man. Oh my god, this guy is incredibly efficient. He's everything you want. He's the size, he's the shit. And as a fan of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, I've been watching this guy not only since his freshman year, but like I know like the story of like how he like got like recruited and stuff, and like I'm just so invested in this man's story, right? So bias aside, he is easily the wide guys here. I did ASL here. This is WR2 for me. Very easily, and he always has been, and he always will be. Yeah, and here's why. Okay. Okay, there we go. So he comes in. Actually, here. I'm gonna tell you the story of how he got recruited because it's kind of funny, right? So, I believe it's PJ Fleck who is the Gophers coach. Row the boat, man. Oh. I believe it's PJ Fleck. Was at this camp, right? And he had interest in Rashod Bateman, and Rashod Bateman walks up to Fleck and goes, "Hey, yo, PJ, if you offer me a spot on the roster or no a scholarship, you know what I'm saying, right now, I will sign with you right now." And PJ goes, "Well, Rashod, I'd love to, but that's ill-advised. Now, please perform at this camp for me." And then he just fucking kills it, and then they like make a deal like a second later, and he just gets a scholarship. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But basically, in 2018, this guy comes in. This is like literally like just off the dome because I'm a fucking Minnesota genius. 4-star recruit, highly touted from Georgia, I believe, and he had a bunch of offers, but somehow he goes to Minnesota, and he comes in as a freshman, as an 18-year-old freshman, I believe as well. And he's second on the team in every stat, right? Second behind junior Tyler Johnson, who you might know is pretty good, right? He's a beast. Johnson has 80 catches, 1,200 yards, and 12 TDs. But Bateman, he sets the Minnesota freshman record in everything, right? He comes in with 50 catches, 700 yards, and 6 touchdowns. But Chris Bell, who at one point I thought was the next shit, like he was a beast. Chris Bell comes in with 28 catches and 449 yards. So it's kind of like a 3-man crew there, because no other receiver had over 100 yards, right? Now, as an 18-year-old, he comes in, competes with some NFL talent, and does pretty well, right? But then, as a sophomore, this is 2019, and TJ is a senior. He's a senior, right? And of course, he leads the team and everything in a possession role with 86 catches for 1,300 yards and 13 TDs, with about 15 yards per catch and a 62% catch rate, right? But Rashod Bateman plays a field stretch plus role, and he comes in for 60 catches for 1,200 yards and 11 TDs on over 20 yards per catch and a 64% catch rate, rounding up to 65. Folks, I can round because look at, I'm in AP Stats. All right, folks, check me out. Chris Bell comes in, right? This is as a sophomore, I believe, with 28 catches for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. So, I don't know. Chris Bell kind of goes like this. He's like Amon-Ra St. Brown if like Amon-Ra got worse instead of just like levels out. So yeah, Bell just doesn't do anything. It is basically a 2-minute team, right? Because no other receiver had over 200 yards receiving, and this is an LSU situation with Jarvis and Odell. Actually, this is a detour. This is so funny. Watch this. LSU 20, I think it's 14 probably. Yeah, 14 stats. This is so fucking funny, bro. Oh my god. Here we go. I believe it says here. This is so funny. Watch this. Was it this one? Fuck, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I'm such a fucking dumb idiot. Fuck, man. This one maybe? Look at this bullshit. What the fuck, yo? Yeah, so this is like exaggerated, but that was like almost what happened with this Minnesota team here. So yeah, basically, it's TJ and Bateman, and Bateman is more efficient, getting less targets. He's far more efficient with his targets, and he's just a better receiver than Bateman. I mean, like, so TJ's like more productive, but Bateman is like more efficient, and he's way younger. He's 2 years younger at this point. So, pretty impressive there. In 2020, TJ leaves for the draft, and I believe in here. Never mind, that's later. So in 2020, TJ leaves for the draft and gets drafted, obviously, by the Buccaneers, and he's a stud. But this just leaves Chris Bell to push Bateman for targets, and Bateman plays 7 games, or no, Bateman plays 5 games, and Minnesota plays 7, and he still leads the team and everything because he's a fucking beast, all right? So he comes in with 36 catches for 500 yards and 2 touchdowns in about 5 games. So yeah, that's a pretty good pace. I mean, yeah, you got it. And as you can see here, this is a far more close to like a possession role. So we've seen here that he can play a field stretcher and a possession role. I mean, he's just so well rounded and a beast. But anyways, this is like everything you need to know about him. He led the nation in yards per route run from the outside in 19, and he played in the slot in the next year. So I mean, come on. This guy is versatile. You know what I'm saying? He's versatile. He had 14 catches that were deep in 19, which is a big number. It doesn't mean anything to you, but it's pretty big. And 36 broken tackles on 150 catches. So that's a pretty good rate. His dominator is 43.7%, and his target share is high, and breakout age is high. Everything here is high. So that's good. He has the size that you want, like almost on the dot. Like this is like the most perfect average BMI ever. I mean, it's great. And he's 6'2", 210. He is quite literally the baby Jamar Chase. And Jamar Chase is very good. So, yeah. You saw, I think it was like a 4.39 reported, whatever. And, like, cool. I mean, adjusted, that's like a 4.44. Like, I don't care if he has speed or not, because, I mean, the production, like, says, like, everything you want. So, yeah. So, if you're going to put anybody above him, why? Okay? Devontae Smith, he produced way later. He didn't have the early production, and he's very light, obviously. Oh, fuck, that's 2 in a row. Jalen Waddle is also, he never reached the heights of production as him, and he didn't produce as young, and he's light. Who else would you put above him? Amon-Ra St. Brown? I mean, Amon-Ra was literally, Amon-Ra, did what he did at an early age, but never ascended, and he doesn't have the size that he does either. There's just not a good argument for me to have him not in the number 2 chair. Chase is indubitably better. Look at me, AP fucking words. You know what I'm saying? But Chase is better because Rashod Bateman is like a poor man's Chase, and that's not a bad thing because Chase is an all-time prospect. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was incredible from the slot. Last year, he played 5 games and led the team and everything, and he led the nation in yards per route run from the outside in 2018 or in 2019. So he can do everything. He has the size, he has the efficiency, the early career breakout. He played with TJ and was as good as him, if not better, and more efficient. And he's just everything you want in a receiver. I hope he gets first round draft capital. I mean, he probably should. I'm expecting like mid-20s maybe or like lower 20s. But even if he doesn't, I'm going to push the button just like I did for TJ. So yeah, go ahead and buy him as the wide receiver 2. There's not really an argument for me that can convince me that he's not, unless I see some like magnum opus fucking chart, you know what I'm saying, because who cares about film. So yeah, go ahead and get you some Rashod Bateman.